When you say the word Dolly, there is only one in this world, the best and the most wonderful Dolly Parton, and we're happy to have you with us, Dolly.
Well, thank you very much, Lee, and it's nice to talk with you. Now, I was named after two aunts of mine, so I do have two Dollys up in the Smokies that you have to say their last name.
Okay, who are the other two Dollys?
My Aunt Dolly Williams and my Aunt Dolly Ornby. A lot of people ask me if my real name is Dolly, and it is. My name's Dolly Rebecca. So it turned out to be a good show name, too. But anyway, thank you for the nice compliments, and it's nice to be here with you.
I've never seen you looking better in your life. You look absolutely super.
Thank you. I feel good, too. I've lost the weight and been able to keep it down, and I've got a lot of energy now and doing okay for an old lady.
Well, you'll always be Dolly Parton from Sevier County, Tennessee.
Lord, I hope so. Who else might I be? It's like I wouldn't know how to be anything else. Like I say, I'm one of those people. I look totally phony, but I'm totally real.
When you think of Sevierville and the Smokies, what comes to mind first and foremost?
Family, love.
Yeah.
Mama,
always there.
Daddy.
It'll always be there, too. There have been several biographies on you. Do you think you'll ever sit down someday and do the ultimate Dolly Parton autobiography?
I think I probably will. In fact, I have all intentions of it, and I'm trying to put together a Broadway show.
Really?
With the story of my life, my story through song. I mean, my road show is kind of just my career, but a lot of the hits and stuff that other people. But some original things to do my life story as a musical that I would like to do. But I'm going to write different things. I have one idea, to write a lot of these stories and a lot of things from my childhood.
Movies have been very important in your life. They've been a springboard to a lot of success in the career of Dolly Parton. And recently you just completed another one called Steel Magnolias. You really enjoy movies because you've done so many. I remember probably the best success out of all of them, really the notoriety, was 9 to 5, which you wrote the score for. And that was really the first big one, wasn't it, Dolly?
That was the first movie I did. I'd never even seen a movie made until then. And that has still been like a real favorite.
Like a cult favorite for you.
Yeah. I've only done 3 movies.
And then, of course, Rhinestone and Best Little Whorehouse.
And Best Little Whorehouse. I did do a Christmas movie on TV with Lee Majors, and I enjoyed that a lot. But of all the ones I've done, 9 to 5 was the most fun to do. Yeah.
But then you got to work with hunks like Sly Stallone and Burt Reynolds. That had to be fun.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
But I have more success working with women. It's just too bad. I love the men so much. I always tell them they don't make me any money, but they cause me a lot of trouble.
There you go. It's so true.
But it was fun.
How do you handle temptation? I mean, temptation has always been there since the time you were a child. And I mean, temptation, being a country music artist, being on the road. A lot of good hunks. Got a lot of good hunks out there.
Well, who says I handle temptation
Okay.
all that well? Do we have to get into it?
We don't.
I do the best I can.
All right.
It's like, I'm not blind. I'm married, but I ain't dead.
There you go.
And I ain't stupid either. I do the best I can. Let's leave it at that.
That's right. When we think about you, we think about television, too, and the TV shows that you've done. Your recent series and the one before that, syndicated years ago out of Nashville. But the more recent one, I guess it was kind of a mixed bag. It was the bitter and the sweet, so to speak. I know there were a lot of disappointments in it, but yet there was probably a lot of joy in doing that. And I guess everything is timing in life. Were you disappointed that it didn't turn out to be...
Oh, you mean the Dolly show?
Yeah,
I
the Dolly
thought you
show.
said there was yet another.
No, well, early on there was one, which was quite successful.
The Dolly syndicated show.
But this one recently, the network thing, which, the critics had a lot to say about and were not very kind.
Well, I always say that I had my chance to do it, and I did my best to keep ABC at number 3 for a whole year. But you know what? There's no way on earth that I'm just convinced that there's no way to do a country show with a country person, with city people.
That's true.
In the city.
It's hard.
So I learned a great deal. But I wasn't disappointed that the show was canceled as it was. I was disappointed that the show never got the chance that it could have had. I never wanted that kind of old variety Hollywood show. I mean, that was not me. That was never my intention. But I didn't think the show was good enough to continue. And so I learned a whole lot of things. I wish that I had have had more freedom and had more people that had a better understanding of me. But I take full responsibility for the show, whether it was all my faults or not. I have to take responsibility. But it's very hard for one little country girl to fight all the forces of Hollywood and everybody thinking they know what they're doing, but they missed a big chance, because if they'd have used their head, they could have had a star
big
on
winner.
their hand. Yeah.
You've had a very happy marriage with Carl Dean, your husband, ever since 1965, is it now? Or
66 we married.
Okay.
We met
Right.
in 64,
65,
so we've
right.
been together for
Right.
many a moon.
It's kind of an unconventional marriage in many aspects, as we would call a marriage today. But because you're on the road so much and separated so much, but yet it's worked so well for both of you.
It's worked because we're not in each other's face all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand to, that day-to-day thing. You can certainly pick each other apart. Carl's very independent. We don't have children.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not jealous. And I'm not jealous of him. I've been jealous of, I'm more jealous of other things than I am of Carl. But anyway, we've been friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the keys to our success, he don't meddle in my business, and I don't meddle in his. He's not in show business, nor does he want to be. He's only been to one function in all the years we've been in business. That was when I won my first BMI award in 1966 on Put It Off Until Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him to go to that. He was the most uncomfortable person in that tuxedo.
I
He
can
looked like a penguin with, he just sat there so tight. And when we left, he said, "Look, I hope you do well. I really wish you the best. And if this is what you want to do, that's fine with me. But please, don't ever, till the longest day you live, ask me to go to any more of these functions." And he never did, and I never asked him.
Right.
So we get along great. He's interested in the parts that, I tell him what he wants to know or tell him what I want him to know. So anyway, we are really good friends. We have
That's great.
We have a lot of love in our hearts for each other, and we know who we are. I can run from him when I have to.
You've had so many great moments in your life, as we all do. Moments of highs and lows, mountains and valleys. There's going to be a time when it's tough to get over the tough spots, the personal traumas in life that we all go through. Is there kind of a philosophy or a credo that is deep within you, Dolly, that has gotten you over those tough times?
Oh, well, it's my faith in God, for one thing, and my family.
Mm.
And it's my attitude, too, which comes from God and family. But I think if I didn't have great faith, and if I didn't believe in who I am and what I am, and that I had a purpose, and that there is something bigger and better than me, and that there are certainly people much worse off, no matter how much I could suffer in my way, all I have to do is look around. But when you're hurting, when you're suffering really, really bad, it's like at that time nothing has ever hurt more than you. Nothing feels any worse, because you can only feel something to the depth of your own feeling in your own soul. But I've been blessed with a good attitude because of my people and my upbringing. But it's my faith in God. I have to honestly say that when all else fails, I just always, like they say in the songs, and my mother used to say, it's like, take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there.
That's right.
And then when I can't handle it, I do my part. But when I can't handle it anymore, I just throw up my hands and say, well, hey, it's in your hands now. You handle it, because I can't carry it around no more. And usually out of that, something comes.